He's Michael,
He's Max.
and we're going to talk about religion.
For sure. And we're going to be asking each other questions about what we believe.
And why we believe it. What do you believe about religion and God?
I believe in the God of the Bible and that Jesus came down and died for our sins. So Max, what do you believe?
I believe that there is no higher being that came down and created Earth, and that does not affect everyday life. If the Bible is the only book and tells you how to live your life, then how can there be different interpretations of it?
Well, there are so many interpretations of the Bible because it's a very complex book, and in the Bible, just like any other book, there are metaphors used and symbolism, and that's where the different interpretations come from. It's just that some people take it too literally when it's meant for a symbol, or some people take it too symbolically when it is actually literal. It's just difficult to find the balance between the metaphors and the symbols used in the Bible and the literal meanings. So if you don't believe in a higher being, what is your purpose in this life?
I think that the purpose of life is to live life to the fullest here on Earth and to be happy, share it with somebody, to have fun, to not be worried about improving yourself to be judged by a higher being. What is the purpose of life on Earth if life after death is so much better?
My purpose on Earth is to glorify God and honor Him through my actions and through my words. Whether that means helping others when they're in need, whether that means trying to convince people that there is a God so that they can go to heaven too. That's just what I try to do. Even though heaven is a much better place than Earth, I feel that on Earth I am able to influence others, where in heaven it's just more people believing the same thing that I do. And I know that God will take me when He wants to. Where do your morals come from?
I think that it all goes back to saying that you treat others the way you want to be treated. You do things out of the goodness of your heart because that's what you want back in return. I don't think you do things to impress a God. I think you do them because you know they're right and you feel they're right. Why doesn't God want everybody to believe in Him? Why are there different religions, and if there's only one God, then why does He let people kill for Him?
God does want everyone to believe in Him because, I mean, it's evident in the actions that people take today, like missionaries going overseas to spread the gospel, trying to share it with primitive tribes, and I mean, He sent down Jesus to communicate to the world that He loved them and He wants people to know about Him. There are different religions because people recognize that there is a God out there, and they know that there is something else, something more to life, and they just try to find out who He is. I'm not really sure why God lets people kill in His name. I mean, He is God and all-powerful and all-knowing. So if I was able to understand everything He did, then that would kind of put me on the same level as Him. Do you believe in miracles? And if not, why?
I do not believe in miracles. I think that everything can be explained by science. I know this sounds extreme and wrong to some people, but I truly think that everything happens for a reason. I think that everything has its roots in the natural world. I don't think God comes down and touches someone. I think it can be explained by science. I think it is obvious that we don't know everything about science, so I don't think it is fair to say that there is not a scientific explanation to something. We just haven't found it yet.
I believe that Jesus was in fact God, and that he came down to die for our sins. It's a critical belief that all Christians share, and I believe that if his resurrection was false, then it would have been proved in his time. When the facts were there, all the Jewish leaders had to do was produce his body, and Christianity would not exist today.
Well, I don't deny that Jesus existed. I think he did. I think it's pretty hard to come up with that big of a hoax. But just because Jesus was real and I acknowledge his existence as a person doesn't mean that he is the Son of God, that I need to believe in God. It's just hard for me to grasp this concept. So that's what we think about God.
And life. It's difficult to find the truth.
And that's why we had this discussion.
To try and help each other realize what that truth is.
Thanks for listening.